Bright lights streak through the sky as dozens of missiles rain down over Israel. Iran's retaliation for the killing of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh, drawing a damning response from Israel's Prime Minister.
Iran made a big mistake tonight and it will pay for it.
The attack triggered air raid sirens across the country, sending residents piling into bomb shelters.
It was extremely scary, nothing that we could have anticipated.
After firing around 180 missiles, Iran's Revolutionary Guard claims its operation is now over, but it's warning of a bigger assault if Israel fires back.
If the Zionist regime wants to continue these crimes, tonight's operation will be repeated several times stronger.
Israel's Iron Dome intercepted many of the missiles, but some got through. One struck a highway east of Tel Aviv, causing 3 injuries. The West Bank was also hit, with a Palestinian man reportedly killed by rocket shrapnel near Jericho. The US helping to shoot down the missiles, watched by President Joe Biden in the White House.
The attack appears to have been defeated and ineffective.
Moments before Iran launched its missiles, 2 gunmen opened fire on a Palestinian Jewish neighbourhood in Tel Aviv, killing at least 6 people, raising concerns that rising hostilities could lead to further attacks inside Israel. In Tehran, hundreds of Iranians took to the streets to celebrate, waving Lebanese, Palestinian, Iranian and Hezbollah flags. Meanwhile, the IDF is continuing to strike Hezbollah targets in Beirut after launching a ground incursion into southern Lebanon. Hezbollah says it's pushed back an Israeli infantry force trying to infiltrate the border town of Hadassah. And just hours before the Iranian missile strikes, Hezbollah fired back retaliatory rockets into Israel.
It's the sound of interceptions happening straight above us in northern Israel. We're stopped on the side of the main road. You can see people around me, also down on the ground, like we are.
In northern Israel, soldiers, tanks and helicopters are positioned along the border, further escalating tensions as world leaders appeal for restraint, as war in the Middle East threatens to expand even further.
As rockets and threats fly across the Middle East, there's fear and uncertainty about what's next for the region. Middle East correspondent Alison Horn joins us now. Ali, is it possible for Iran and Israel to walk it back from here, or is this now a direct war?
Well, Jeremy, I think it's unrealistic to expect that Israel wouldn't retaliate to this Iranian missile assault, just like it would have been unrealistic to expect that Iran wouldn't launch an attack on Israel after the Israeli killings of the Hamas and Hezbollah leaders. Both sides feel like they need to save face in these attacks, but they are still both walking a pretty delicate line of trying to keep these retaliations within the parameters of not pushing this into a war. So neither side wants a war, and that will be weighing heavily on Israel's mind as its leaders here decide what kind of a response there will be, which there will be a response, likely a significant response. But world leaders are hoping that Iran will see it as a response that is proportionate to their missile attacks on Israel. Although we do know that given the Middle East is now in this unprecedented period of tension, one misstep between Israel and Iran could push this into a war between these two enemies.